Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm here with my student Tremayne, the person who did 30K in one day. We sort of talk about like all the struggles he went through, how he got to that spot, and probably, something that you can probably relate to. And I reckon, showing a real life example of someone who's done it and, actually hit those numbers would definitely sort of motivate you guys and show you guys that it's a real thing and you can still kill it in e-com despite what people say about dropshipping dying out, stuff like that. So yeah, Tremayne, talk about yourself.
Well, let me start off by saying thank you for having me today, man. It's quite a blessing to even be in this position. I would not have been here if it wasn't for Andy's obviously mentorship, with this consistent answering my 100 questions a day, just answering thousands of questions I may have had. And that's what it's about, really. You got to ask questions consistently and consistently test and answer this and ask that and ask this, because if you're not asking the right questions, you're not getting the right answer. And you also got to ask the right person.
Definitely, yeah. Tremayne, he actually asked a lot of questions and he did a lot of testing on his own. He did his own shit. He didn't, he sort of used my methods, watched a bunch of YouTube videos. He was still watching and learning from other people. He didn't just rely on me. So he got a bunch of knowledge and he sort of did his own thing, and that's how he succeeded. Yeah, talk about that. What was your process? How did you learn and accumulate all the knowledge to get to the point where you're at today?
Of course. So what I find people, it's a bit of a, it's a bit of a mixed answer with this one. People normally say, stick with one mentor. And yes, I agree with that as the primary mentor, but it's still important to learn and diversify your knowledge with other people as well, because you don't know where you might pick up some golden nuggets from others as well. So someone I look up to is Grant Cardone, and he by no means is in the dropshipping niche whatsoever, but he's a sales coach. And what I find people that what they do is on YouTube, or guys that I follow in the dropshipping sort of niches, they just watch YouTubers that are in dropshipping. And why I find that sort of negative is because everyone on YouTube that I saw in the gurus are doing the same sort of numbers.
Yeah.
Maybe 5, maybe 6, 7K a day. That's it really. You really get the guy who does the 40K days, 30K days. So therefore your mind is only so small, because it's all you know, it's all you see is everyone doing 5, 6K days. So what I started doing is I started following Grant Cardone, Dan Locke, who are all massive sort of sales gurus and sales coaches. These are guys that are doing 100K deals, 200K days, $1 million days.
Yep.
And so when your mind is obviously open to large numbers, 5, 6K days is nothing.
100%. Yeah, because even people like Tim Ferriss, that's someone who I also watching a lot of personal development, because mindset is a big thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's about standards. If your standard is 5K a day, that's what you're gonna get. For example, I was hitting 30K days, and for a week I kind of went down a bit. But my standard is 100K days. So therefore I was able to scale back up past those 30K days again, because my standard was the 100K. So make sure your standard is stupidly high. It may sound stupid, but if your standard's stupidly high, you'll find a way to catch up to it, even if you drop back down.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but Tremayne, he actually had these 100K goals right off the bat. He wanted to hit those big numbers when he was doing 5K days, 6K days. So he had that bigger vision. He wasn't scared to admit it. A lot of people would sort of feel uncomfortable, they'd feel guilty, they're only making a few K a day. How can you actually say that I want to make 100K a day? He didn't feel guilty, he believed in it. And visualization, law of attraction, it all applies. Visualizing, believing that you can do it is a big thing.
Yeah.
For sure. So actually, let's talk about your backstory and how you got into dropshipping. Tell everyone about yourself, a bit about what you did before dropshipping.
Yeah. So with dropshipping, I started that 2 years ago.
Okay.
With no success. Probably no sales, no success. I started a sort of fashion store.
Okay.
And I was selling sunglasses, the retro sunglasses.
Yeah.
I tried doing the black mask thing. I tried doing the teeth whitening kit.
Yeah.
Zero sales. Zero sales. And that's because it was the wrong ads. It was the wrong sort of layout for my store. Everything was just wrong. And that's why I preach the importance of a mentor. Too many guys I see on Facebook or YouTube, even in your particular group, your Facebook group, they're oh, but I don't want to spend the money on a guru.
That's so true.
You might as well quit the fucking thing, because you're in the wrong business. This is business. If you're not ready to invest in yourself, don't waste your fucking time.
100%.
Because everything costs money in this world. And what you're paying for is value. You can go and waste 5 years, like I was doing,
Yep.
3, 4, 5 years, doing it yourself, or you can get a mentor. And I reached $1 million US in less than, it was about 2 months.
Yeah, it was insane. Like,
So-
you reached it so fast. Like, he's like outscaled me, so I haven't even hit 30k days. So Tremayne actually outscaled me and hit those bigger numbers. Talk about your scaling process and like especially the problems you came across.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's like insane.
So, first thing, when you scale very fast, there's a song by P. Diddy. It's like, more money, more problems.
Yeah.
And that is so true. Like, PayPal blocks, like not blocks, but sort of like, the percentage block where they
Yep.
take 20% of my money and they put it on hold in a reserve. You can't touch that money, basically. And now to make it worse, I even have a Stripe hold as well.
Yeah.
And they're both 20% each. With Stripe, they release the money.
Yep.
So they're releasing my money in about 2 weeks' time. And that's over like 100k, 200k my money on hold.
Yeah.
It's annoying, but at the end of the day, why I say it's important to hit 1, 2k days, whatever it is. But what's most important is your net. How much you're netting every day.
That's true.
Stop looking at gurus or going, guys, look, I've done 1k, 2k days.
Yeah.
That's shit. Because what's the net? If you're netting 20%, or 15%, 10%, that's the money you're looking at.
True.
So if your goal is 1k days, you're in the wrong business, because 1k days, it does not mean shit in this business.
Yeah.
Because reinvesting is the main thing. So whatever your net is, out of that net profit, you've got to reinvest the majority of it back into
Yep.
ads. You may take a small percentage of that money for your own savings,
Mm-hmm.
but this whole business is about reinvesting.
Yeah.
So with scaling, what I suggest is you find a winner. The ROAS has to be at least 3,
Yeah.
3 and up.
Yep.
And sometimes if it's even like 2.5 to 3, I'll still double it. I'll still duplicate it and I'll still double it. But you've got to know your profit margins. That's the main thing
Yep.
with scaling. If your profit margin's good enough, you can scale it. And that again comes to obviously selling products that are of a higher value.
Yep.
If you're selling, sunglasses, again, that's not really scalable because you haven't got enough profit margin to play with.
Yeah. That's super true. Yeah. A lot of people are still selling those like 19.95 products where like the profit margin is like 15 USD, but then that's going to be like the cost per purchase. Like Facebook is going to cost $15 to get a purchase. So you definitely need to get products that you have those massive profit margins, and that's when it's worth it. You want to like double or triple the cost of goods and get at least a minimum of $20 profit margin. But yeah, with the holds, talk about like your mindset. Like you were going through a lot, a lot of money was locked up.
Yeah.
You needed the money to pay suppliers.
Yeah.
Like talk about how you sort of push through like mindset tips, stuff like that, because it must have been super, super rough.
Yeah. So every day in the morning, I start off my days with visualization. It's very important to do that because you need to visualize your end goal. So for me, as stupid as it sounds, I've always wanted to have my own private jet.
Yeah.
That's a level of success that I personally want. And that's different for everyone else.
Yeah.
Most guys I know that are doing dropshipping just want financial freedom. They want to travel. They want to obviously, live that whole travel lifestyle. That's not really for me. And the whole sort of travel entrepreneur, and they want to kick back on the beach and do ads.
Yeah.
I don't really care about that shit. I want a private jet. I want the cars. I want that sort of lifestyle. But more importantly, I want to give back as well to others. That's the most important thing. So the private jet for me was a visualization in order to I can travel around the world faster and impact more people with that. It's just a sort of catalyst to bring me to that level.
Yeah.
So with issues I had to deal with in regards to all this kind of stuff is when your goal is this, and you may have issues like PayPal or Stripe, or my ad account got disabled and it got fucking shut down, you'll find a fucking way to get back up there. Because if your standard is X, right, no matter what the fuck happens, you'll get back to it.
That's so true.
So if your standard is a 1k day and your ad account gets blocked or shut down, you're most likely going to quit.
Yeah.
Because your standard is low.
Yeah.
So make sure you 10x your standards to stupid goals. So no matter what happens, you'll get back to it.
Yeah. That's so true. I think I was listening to someone, I think it was actually Ty Lopez, and was talking about how once you have a taste of it, you can't go back. Like
100%.
once you taste it and it's like on the tip of your tongue,
Yeah.
you're pushing so hard. That's when you're pushing and going all out because you just can't go back. You had the taste of freaking gold.
100%.
You just can't go back. So that's definitely true, 100%. So comparing your first store, when you're selling like glasses, teeth whitening kits, stuff like that, when we, went in together, we set up the store together, we, screen shared through the whole process.
Yeah.
What little things do you think made it succeed? Because a lot of people are still on their third store, fourth store, and they're just, they can't find success no matter how many stores they're setting up. Talk about that, you reckon?
I see a lot of issues with guys that want to put in, like, Wheelio, and there's too many apps in the store. People fail to understand the more apps you have on the store, like your sort of countdown timer and things like that, it's slowing down the store. Honestly, what I believe is less apps are better. Let's get straight to the point. And the color of your store as well. Whether if you're picking colors that are black or grey, they're sort of neutral colors that don't really sort of attract and bring in that sort of, that buy now sort of feeling. For colors like black and grey, you've got to have a big brand behind it, like Fashion Nova, Gymshark. Those sort of brands use black, but they're a massive brand with millions of following. Whereas you guys, obviously, just dropshippers, they're starting out new. You have no trust with the consumer. So you really wanted them to obviously buy now. So colors like blue, green, they're sort of colors that make people want to buy. It just sort of resonates with them, and that sort of just spend.
And that's definitely a thing that I've split tested. Like, I could actually see like colors like orange compared to green. Green would have like a 0.2% higher conversion rate, and that means a lot when you're doing large numbers and when you bring in heaps of traffic every day. So every little percent counts when it comes to increasing your conversion rate. So that's definitely true. But another thing I wanted to talk about is the hard work that was required. Talk about your 3 to 4 hour nights. Talk about how many jobs you were juggling. A lot of people are saying I'm a dad with kids, I don't have time for drop shipping. It's all about making time. Talk about that.
Honestly, there is no excuse. There is zero excuses. At the time, starting with Andy, I already was running 2 businesses. I was also personal training. I was also working a job at a warehouse because that paid, quite well at the time. And as an entrepreneur, I hated that. So that was the biggest motivation. If you're crying saying, well, I work 2 jobs, how is that not motivating you? You want to get out of that. You want to get out of scarcity. You want to get to that financial freedom. So that shouldn't be an excuse. And in regards to juggling, my sort of motto is sleep when you're dead. Because if you're saying, I need 8 hours of sleep, I need 9 hours of sleep, and you want to make this sort of money, again, just quit. Because in this sort of business where shit can change in a second, you have to be awake, you have to be alert, you have to be 24/7 on the grind. There is no sort of, I'm just going to kick back and relax and sleep 8 hours a day. Do that once a week, obviously, for health benefits, but on a daily basis, probably not. The guys that I follow, like Jeff Bezos, Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez, Gary Vaynerchuk, these sort of A-lister 1% guys sleep between 4 to 5 hours a day. That's the level that I want to be at. That's the level I would have obviously conditioned myself to be at as well.
100%. Because I think it's Gary Vee who talks about it. Like, he really pushes people to make time because you work, you come home at 6 p.m, you're exhausted, you got from 6 till 2 a.m. Like, that's another 8 hours that you could work. Definitely make time, and that's what Tremayne did. Like, basically, your health just like died. Like, you just like talk about that. Like, how did you keep like healthy? Like, how did you survive on 3 to 4 hours of sleep? Do you have any routine? Like, did you just survive on coffee? Like, what was it?
To be honest, I watch a lot of Tony Robbins, who's a personal development coach. So I currently have a YouTube channel, and before dropshipping, all I taught was personal development. That's the key. If you guys are not sort of trained mentally for success, don't even get into dropshipping as yet, because you've got to prepare yourself mentally and physically before you get into anything that's obviously sort of financial. I believe that, because you got to train yourself first. But anyway, off track there. But what I used to do was obviously sleep less. It may have had a negative sort of impact on my body, but again, it's a mental state. It's really all mental. I never got sick once. I started doing a lot of those green shakes. And alkalizing my body. I started watching, like I said before, Tony Robbins, and he was saying he sleeps 4 hours, 5 hours a day max. And he was saying is when you sort of train your body, physically every day, you visualize stuff every day, and you obviously eat the right food, you're obviously healthy, living healthy, sleep, it's not really a big deal. And you may disagree with that, but that's just me personally.
I definitely agree with that as well, because like Tony Robbins, I think there was a period where he was like juggling his touring, where he goes worldwide and does the power within, and as well he was trying to get his black belt in like judo or something, and he was like having 2 hours of sleep for like 6-hour months. Like, that's insane. 2 hours every day, and we're complaining about having 6-7 hours. He was only having 2. Like, he's basically working 22-hour days, and that's just insane. And he survived, and he's he's healthy, he's fit, he's still doing his thing. So definitely having small amount of sleep is definitely the key to success. Because when I first started, before I found my first winner, that's when I was putting in the hours. I was putting in, I was having 5-hour days, and I was doing that for like, I set up an alarm, 6 hours every day. I woke up and I went straight to doing work. I got in work before I went to uni, and that's just how I did it. But now, I'm more chill. I'm definitely having more sleep. But, eventually, if I want to push it to the next level, I'm going to have to start putting up a regime, start waking up early, and start, reducing the amount of sleep I have. Because, I think over the past month, I've just been recovering and, just getting more sleep because I want to recover for that next stage where I want to push my personal brand and everything to the next level. Yeah, so talk about that. Like, so how's life now, Tremayne? Like, compared to when you first started, when you're basically getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep, working every day, trying to find that first winner, just grinding, uploading products every single day, working, juggling 2 jobs at once. Yeah. Has anything changed?
To be honest, no. For a solid 2 weeks, I got a bit complacent when I was hitting the 30k days every day. You're making like 10 to 15k in your sleep.
Yeah.
So you kind of get a little bit complacent when you start to taste success.
Yeah.
And at that point where a few weeks after that, the money sort of dropped a bit. I took my foot off the gas.
Yeah.
And that was my own fault. I lost track of my goal. I got a little bit too complacent. So when that happened, obviously, I just sort of reevaluated everything. I said, man, my goal is 100k a day.
Yeah.
Not fucking 30k a day. I'm not even halfway there yet.
Yeah.
So therefore, it was just back on that again.
Yeah.
And so in regards to changing, no, I'm still back on 4-5 hours sleep every day.
Yeah.
Last night, I went to bed at 3. Well, I went to bed today, so I should say, at 3:30 a.m.
Yeah.
We're doing an interview now at 8 a.m. So I just go and I live an hour away from Andy. So
yeah, so to wake up even earlier.
Exactly.
But yeah, that definitely reminds me when my first winner died, and I went from like 10k days, and I dropped all the way down to 1k days, 2k days. I definitely felt the pressure to like triple down and work hard. And I started getting to that phase where I just started learning, and I started going back to YouTube, going back to my roots, and just learning more. And that's something I'm definitely hearing from you. Talk about that. Like, even now at the point where you're doing 30k days, you're still learning. Like, talk about that.
Again, it's about like, if I follow guys like Dan Locke and Tony Robbins, who are multi-millionaires, almost billionaires, and they're still learning. Well, there's really no excuse for us.
Yeah, that's so true.
Life's about learning, and I watch guys like Warren Buffett and Ty Lopez, who are still reading a book a day or a book a week, or whatever it is. So it's about knowledge.
Yep.
And if you're complacent as an entrepreneur, complacency is death.
Yeah.
Because, like I said before, it could just change in a second. So you got to be on the ball, consistently learning, consistently adapting and growing, and that's how you're going to succeed consistently.
Yeah. Like, that like triggered like a light bulb. Like, business is like, I don't know, it feels like war. There's always something coming at you. There's always problems for you to solve, always battles for you to like win, and there's always new things to learn. Like, if you don't learn, someone out there is going to beat you. Someone's like, it's like they're sharks. Everyone's like trying to eat each other to get to the top.
And that's a good point. Before I forget is, people say it's good to have one winner. It's good, but it's also bad, because when you have a winner that's untapped, so you're the guy making like 100k, 200k, $1 million on this one product.
Yep.
What happens is the sharks start coming. They start copying your ad set. I had like literally, I used to see on Facebook so many pages copying my exact ads, my exact music, the exact product description, the exact product. It was just annoying. Obviously, that particular product started dying down.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to always 10x your goals.
Yeah.
Like what Grant Cardone says, it's one winner is cool, but what is really cool is fucking 10 winners.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you make the 100k a day, or that's how I believe that's the sort of the footpath to those big days. Yeah. Not just one winner, but multiple winners.
100%. You want to get to the point where you can consistently churn out winners, and that's why setting up the system on the back end is important. You don't want to rely on one winner and basically that's it. You want to make multiple winners, get multiple small winners, hit basically several K days consistently over a long period of time, because once a winner dies, you're back to literally nothing. Like, you're down to like $50-$60 days. That's the reality if you only have one winner. But yeah, talk about like creativity. Like, that's so true. Everyone in dropshipping is just copying each other. Like, talk about like creativity when it comes to personal branding, drop shipping, set up your store, stuff like that.
So I bought the sort of subscription based thing to, I think it's called Dropship Spy and Ecom Hunt, I think it was called. Like, I had the two memberships of those two particular websites, and I found no success with them. The reason is because, you understand, is with everyone promoting that particular sort of website, obviously everyone will be using that same platform. So yeah, it's good. For me, honestly, in all due respect to them, it's not, because if everyone's using the same products, that's more competitors for you. And in this business, you don't want to sort of compete. You want to dominate. Because it's about, yes, having smaller winners, but to make the real money, you've got to be the 1%. Finding the winners, let others copy you, but don't copy anyone else.
That's right. You want to find that one untapped winner, and that's when you're able to make big numbers. You know, sites such as Ecom Hunt and Dropship Spies, those are sites that I use, you know, at the very beginning. That's what Tremayne used at the very beginning. That's what I got him to jump on. And then that's what I teach all my students to jump on at the very beginning. From my perspective, me jumping on that and starting off with those sites, I was able to learn what type of products I wanted to advertise. So it gives you that intuition of what works. And that's what I teach my students. Tell me about that. Do you think it helped you get that intuition, sort of know what types of products to test, and then eventually find your own winner?
Of course. In a way, it was good that I bought it. I was able to see what were winners, obviously, because all the products on those sites are winners. And I got to see their sort of ad sets, how their ad descriptions, how they made the ads, how they made their videos, what the products looked like, what the products obviously there to help and support consumers. And the sort of benefits they had. Is it a beneficial product? Is it a passion product? Looking at all these different sort of things, I was able to obviously step away from those websites and get an understanding of my own to create my own winners. So yeah, in a way, it did help for sure in the start. But eventually, you got to let go of that and go your own way.
100%. Yeah, just talking about beginners and stuff. What's your advice to someone that's just starting, someone who's like sort of in the dirt of things? They're watching this video, they're watching every video on YouTube, they're sort of doing the same thing as you, but they just can't find success. What advice do you have to them? Well,
first of all, before anything else, it's good that you are watching this sort of stuff and you're obviously dedicated, but get a mentor, number one. You know, obviously I want to say Andy because that's the one who helped me out.
Thank you.
You know, have one main mentor, but still also, you know, look at others as well. And second thing would be is just test. You know, if someone's doing 5 products a day testing, what's cooler is doing 50 a day. It sounds stupid, but again, if your standard is so high, that makes you, you know, become part of that 1%. Most guys I see on YouTube are saying, you know, test 5 a day, test, you know, 10 a day, whatever it is. Test 100 a day. It sounds stupid, but if your goal is so high, you know, aim for the sky, you fall in the clouds.
That's so true.
So test and mentor. Simple as that.
And talk about, like, when it comes to testing, so many people are worried about, like, I preach quantity over quality. So many people are spending time and time just finding that one product, making the video perfect, making the description perfect, the ad copy perfect. It's one product a week. Tell them about this. You hit 30K days. You know what it takes to succeed.
So I was in that same sort of stage as well, where I was like, no, it has to be perfect. It has to be like a fucking Steven Spielberg film. You're wasting time, guys. Like, it's about quality, but also quantity. That's the main thing. You never know what the winner's going to be. In all honesty, it's the product you least think will be a winner ends up being the winner. So
everyone says that.
You gotta just test. Just make sure the video and the description is of a decent level. You know, and that's pretty much it, I'd say. But if you're wasting time, I used to waste time, you know, making sure it was so fucking good with edits and flashes and whatnot. Guys, it's on Facebook. No one cares. It's not a YouTube fucking video. So for sure, just test, keep it simple, and just go all out.
Quantity over quality.
For sure, 100%.
Awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate your time, Tremayne. I really appreciate you sort of sharing your story to everyone, and hopefully, you know, one of you guys could sort of get this and use this as motivation to find your success. But yeah, if people want to reach out to you, where can they reach out to you?
For sure, man. My Instagram is Tremayne. That's TREMAYNE 19.
Somewhere here.
Yeah, we'll pop it in there. my Facebook. I have a Facebook page. So before I started with dropshipping, I was also into personal development.
Yep.
So my page on Facebook almost has 100k followers, and that's just Tremayne Turner.
Yep.
I think Tremayne Turner official. So give that a follow as well, and that will maybe help you with just building the right mindset, the right belief system before getting on this sort of journey.
Yep.
So,
I'll
yeah.
definitely link it in the description below. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video and interview. But yeah, I'll
Sure.
see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace out, guys.